This is a bit to do with the couple of things, a bit to do with the Krishna village. I guess Prabhupada liked innovative type of preaching. I received a message this morning from Mathuradish. I'm sure you all know Mathuradish. He's now living in Germany. And he wrote, today on Prabhupada's appearance day, I was approached by a gorgeous young girl. He's a brahmachari. While I was taking prasadam, she was one of the three girls that showed up for Mangalarti, although she didn't have much sleep since she was up for Janmashtami. She even led Tulsi Puja, and after she finished 16 rounds, she ended up helping in the kitchen until noon. As we spoke, she told me how she joined the yoga training course at New Govardhan. After the course, she ended up in a brahmacharini ashram. So there's a lot of people around the world actually that come from the Krishna village. So, dear Srila Prabhupada, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to your divine grace. Srila Prabhupada is often referred to as the founder Acharya of ISKCON. It is common practice to worship one's Diksha or Shiksha Guru, initiated or instructing spiritual master, but the founder Acharya should receive the most prominent worship because we need to give greater importance to him. Srila Prabhupada's disciples have a direct relationship with him, and the grand disciples have an indirect relationship with Srila Prabhupada, and soon we will have another generation. It is in this way the founder Acharya may become more distant. By some means or other, we must prevent this distance, although it is understandable that personal relationships are easier and Srila Prabhupada is no longer physically present. Although there is some truth in this, we should understand that Srila Prabhupada established the foundations of this movement, the rules, the structure of the society, the books that we study, like Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So there is a big influence of Srila Prabhupada over all the devotees. So somehow or other we need to continue this connection in future generations. So this Vyasapuja is an occasion and a special opportunity through which we can emphasize Srila Prabhupada's special position in this movement. At the same time, we have to be very careful that this event doesn't simply become some ritual that have no meaning to it. Srila Prabhupada himself criticized this type of ceremony in writing a Vyasapuja offering to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, when he says that all this worship is fruits and flowers, meaning that the most important part of the worship of the Guru is that we understand and follow his instructions. Therefore, we should try to find out what those important instructions and implement them in our lives. So Srila Prabhupada gave particular instructions to his disciples. He himself accepted specific instructions from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur as his very life and soul, which then proved to be the means of his success. Similarly, we should find out what is it that Srila Prabhupada wants us to do and strive to do that. Of course, the ultimate goal of the Guru is that we all attain the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Although we have some designated type of service, our main instruction from Srila Prabhupada to all of us is to understand his books and follow the instructions in his books. Continue printing his books and work within the organization of ISKCON, cooperate with other devotees. At the same time, Srila Prabhupada encouraged other devotees to be innovative, knowing the very nature of this world to be always changing. Of course, for thousands of years, the world didn't change that much, but recently it is changing almost weekly. Simultaneously, there is a development of technology with industrialization, urbanization, which in turn changed the social structure with modern communication systems. So devotees need to adapt to the changes sometimes at a fast rate. Methods of distributing Krishna consciousness also need to adapt. But there are fundamental things we cannot change, all the while adapting to the ever-increasing and challenging changes. So we need to use our intelligence to see what we can and cannot change. This is necessary for Srila Prabhupada's movement to survive and increase. Srila Prabhupada was pleased when devotees wrote books, distributed them, opened new centers, and increased the number of devotees. But we must be careful to increase the quality as well as the quantity. To increase in quantity as well as quality, spiritual strength is required, which can only be obtained by following Srila Prabhupada's program, instructions, and process. This will please Srila Prabhupada. So on this special day, we worship Srila Prabhupada with arti, prasadam, and special praises. But the special praise we can offer to Srila Prabhupada to please him the most is increasing without dilution. So everyone has their own limited capacity, but the limited aspect can be unlimitedly increased by the mercy of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada himself said that even if he could make one devotee in America, he would be successful. And of course, history tells of hundreds of thousands of devotees and a worldwide movement. So today we should pray to get the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, who will definitely give that mercy. This mercy is spiritual. It is beyond time. So we should not think Srila Prabhupada has disappeared many years ago. So how can he give us the mercy now? But what do we want from this mercy? The best prayer is to ask for advancement in Krishna consciousness, by which we will be able to understand everything, inspire others, and thereby increase the movement and creating unity within the movement. So this should be our prayer on this day of worshipping Srila Prabhupada, because by making spiritual advancement, not only shall we please Srila Prabhupada, but everyone around us, thereby fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's mission. Srila Prabhupada ki